By now, I bet you've heard so many varying opinions on ESO's coming update, and I'm willing to bet that all of those opinions came from people who have been playing for years and years and years. But what about somebody coming back to the game after not playing for years and years and years? This is where I come in because I am that someone. I started playing ESO about 8-ish years ago, whenever Somerset came out, and stopped playing about 6-ish years ago. But about a month or so ago, the MMO itch started to come back and I really wanted to scratch it. So I got some friends together and we took a look to see what was out there. We took a look at Throne and Liberty for 5 seconds and we tried the new world demo and we thought it was cool. And I convinced them to try Final Fantasy 14 and... well...
I'm done farming. I ain't no slave out here. Nothing in this game makes sense, and I'm about to delete it. Why can't I hit this crab? Oh, look, now I gotta do some more farming. Yay!
Yeah, it didn't go well. In the end, we chose ESO, something we already knew and we spent so much time and effort on. All we would really have to do is get our footing back. And as we were getting that footing back, we realized that it was around the time where they started talking about their new stuff. And then we find out they did the Direct. And we watch it. Obviously, I wouldn't be here talking to you about it otherwise. And let me tell you, from my perspective, it was gas. The first thing that caught my attention was when they talked about implementing a welcome back feature. And that is supposed to, quote, help you find your footing after taking a break. Not gonna lie, I could have used something exactly like this. I logged back on after years of playing and I didn't remember where I was, why I was there, or anything new that came out. I just stood there looking stupid for who knows how long. I had to find out what Infinite Archive, Scribing, and Companions were through a friend, so yeah, this is definitely a plus in my book. The next thing that caught my attention was that they were finally continuing the main story. The Worm Cult is back. Only took them 11 years. And with it comes a new area, an island called Solstice. Now, typically, new areas themselves don't interest me because there kind of has to be one every expansion. It's kind of obligatory at this point. But what got me wasn't what was on the island, but who was on the island. The inhabitants of said island. High Elves and Argonians. You could not have picked two more opposite people if you tried. On one side, you have the people that see themselves as the most pristine, most civilized, think they're the best ones to rule type of people. And on the other side, you have the people that cannot stop fighting. They are always in fighting, whether in wars or uprisings. Their lives have just been full of conflict. And you're putting those two together, I have to see how this plays out. And last but certainly not least, the biggest news that came from this Direct was subclassing. The ability to swap out a skill line from your class and trade it with a skill line from another class. To call this game-changing would be an understatement. Subclassing is going to open the door to so many creative and unique build ideas. I cannot wait to see them. I've already seen people talking about doing a life and death theme with Templar and Necromancer. One of the obvious ones I think people are going to do is Elementalist. It's me. I'm people. I'm going to master lightning, fire, and ice, and I can no longer be stopped. Needless to say, it's a very good feeling knowing that I'm no longer stuck with class skill lines that I may or may not use or that anyone else may or may not use. And don't get me wrong, I love the Sorcerer. It's got lightning powers, it's got the entourage, it's great. But if I'm gonna be honest, as a tank main, Sorcerer doesn't feel like it was made for this, even though it's widely regarded as one of the best. How many skills from the Sorcerer class are used when it comes to tanking? 2, maybe 3, and one of them has to be on both bars to be effective. But if I see a class skill line that can do the job better, I'm gonna go for that. That Soldier of Apocrypha line is mine. And I hear what some of you might say. Well, if you want to use that skill line so bad, why don't you just make another character? Okay, look. Let's say I decide to go ahead and make another character. Did you forget what it takes to make that character useful? You have to level up the character, level up the skill lines, the skills in the skill lines, train your mount every day, and that's if you don't want your mount to be slower than you sprinting. And a fully upgraded mount takes the better part of 6 months. And the sky shards for the skill points. So many sky shards. Subclassing makes it to where neither I or anyone else has to deal with that again. All we have to do is either grind it out to get that skill line unlocked, or have it on level 50 on another character. And that's it. Zoss says they want to keep ESO fresh and modern, and I think subclassing is the first step in that direction. I think they realize that they're gonna have to compete with the newer MMOs that come out, games like New World and Throne of Liberty. And if you don't know, neither one of those games have predefined classes. How you play is really determined by your weapon combination, so your playstyle is as open as it could be. Now, this might just be me overthinking it, but predefined classes might become a thing of the past. We'll have to wait and see if more MMOs like Chrono Odyssey and Arcade Chronicles come out and see if they have predefined classes or not. Because if not, then it is a clear sign of the times. And I see nothing wrong with ESO trying to stay ahead of the curve and evolve with the times. Because as the times change, so do people. And as people change, so do what interests them. So you either adapt or perish. Get with the times or you get left behind. Now, I know what you may be thinking. There are the big established MMOs who don't seem to be dying anytime soon. And while you're right, there's World of Warcraft, there's Final Fantasy XIV, and there's Guild Wars 2. The problem is, they are all over 10 years old. One of them is over 20, which comes with their own problems.
I don't know how to get this thing off of me. Every time I talk to somebody and they're like, oh, go give me some seeds, oh, go plant me some fruit. Oh, why won't it let me select an item?
Case and point. Well, that was my spiel. Thanks for listening. Really appreciate it. How do you feel about the new coming update? Are you hyped? Did you already buy the content pass? Or was this the absolute final straw and you are completely done? Let me know either way.